You're about to meet a woman who will lift your spirits, touch your soul, and make you laugh. Enjoy Nancy Coey's passion for finding gifts in everyday life.
I'm at the absolute top of my game. In every way, not just in my speaking career, in every way, and it astonishes me. I had no idea that this would happen. No idea. I had no idea it would be so easy, because it is, because it's right. That's why it's easy. I had no idea it would be so much fun. It's just a marvelous thing.
I want to talk about 3 small adjustments that can make a huge difference in your life. The first one I learned in the summer from my hairdresser. Now let me tell you, my hairdresser is really friendly, and ordinarily she greets me with a big smile. She takes that black cape, puts it kind of lovingly around my shoulders, sits me in the chair, and then as she's standing behind me and we're both looking into the mirror, she says, "Well, what are we going to do today?" That's our routine. But this morning, she skipped all of that. She just grabbed that cape, whooped it around my neck, just about choked me, and the first words out of her mouth were, "I almost killed my husband this weekend." Whoa, jump back. So right away, I'm dying to hear the story, but also right away, I'm thinking, well, it's a good thing she didn't kill her husband, because she would have gone to the big house, and I would have had to bust her out, because she's got the formula for my hair color. Y'all know what I mean, right? That kind of bond. Ooh. Okay, well, this is the story. It seems that she and her husband were driving back from the beach, and up ahead she saw a fruit stand. She said to her husband, "Oh, look, I bet they have blueberries." And you know what her husband did? The man kept on driving. A little further ahead, she saw another fruit stand. She said to her husband, "Look, I bet they've got blueberries." And you know what her husband did? "Help me here." Lord, he kept on driving. Further ahead still, she saw a third fruit stand. She said to her husband, "Look, I'm sure they've got blueberries." And you know what her husband did? Yes, he did. When she saw a fourth fruit stand, she said to her husband, "If you do not stop for blueberries, I am going to get a knife and cut your heart out." And her husband said, "Why didn't you say you wanted blueberries?" Ladies, I submit to you that there is not a man on this planet who wouldn't stop for blueberries if he only just knew that's what we wanted. But we, of course, are not going to tell him, because if he loved us, yes.
I want to help people to change their eyesight. I want to help people enjoy their lives more. I truly believe that there are gifts in everyday life. I think they're sitting there. I don't think lucky people get them. I think they're always there. I think the trick is to see them. So at some kind of very subconscious level, I think my speaking is all about getting people to train their eyes to see the good.
We sometimes fail to see the possibilities that are around us and don't touch the wonder inside of us, because we've all more or less been taught that small things don't count, only big things count, and it's such a mistake. It's such a mistake to ignore the small and wait for the big that hardly ever happens. You see, examples abound. I bet everybody has in his or her closet at home right this minute an expensive pair of slacks that you bought for a special occasion. And they're so good you don't want to wear them for any old thing, so you save them. And if your life is like mine, something special comes along every 6, 8, 12 years. You bring out the slacks, and guess what? Too big. Don't you hate that when you have to hold them up? Yeah, I hate that.
I would say that she gives 110%, that she really puts her all into it. She never takes anything for granted, that she looks at the audience, finds out what kind of people they are, what their interests are, and then she really speaks to that audience. You never feel that she would have given the same speech 3 days in the future to a different group.
And here's the biggest single thing that I have learned in 13 years of doing this professionally. And it's magic. And it's a secret. And it is this. When a talk is right, when the sun, the moon, and the stars line up, and the talk is right, people hear what you did not say. And how that happens, I think, that is so magical. It's the absolute heart and soul of the speaking business. It's the core for me. And I would like to tell you that it's my target for people to hear what I didn't say, but I don't dare do that because you can't control it. It either happens or it doesn't happen. But when it happens, wow.
I see an ad in the paper, a gym is opening in our neighborhood in an unbelievable location. You see, I go to two places all the time, the post office and the grocery store, and they're both in the same shopping center. So I park my car and I walk to either one. You're not going to believe this, but it is the truth. The gym opened in between. I took it as a sign. So ladies, at the age of 56, I walked into a gym for the first time in my life. The class was called Cut. Thank you. And of course, I didn't know what that meant. In our day, when you got a cut, somebody gave you a Band-Aid, right? But my son said to me, Mom, nowadays, if you're all cut up, you're muscled, you're buff. Okay, learned something else. I want to tell you about that first class, June 1st, 2001. The first 6 or 7 minutes were fine. You're way ahead of me. The problem, of course, is the class lasted for an hour. Let me tell you what it's like and why I keep going. First of all, I'm far and out the oldest in the room. Sometimes we have women in their 40s, but most are in their 30s. Some are even in their 20s. So I have my own special spot, the back corner. In the beginning, the various instructors would stop what they're doing and they would say, if you need water, be sure and get it, and look right at me. Rest anytime you need to, and look right at me. But that doesn't happen very much anymore. Now I'm just a member of the class. Everybody leaves me alone, unless, of course, we have a substitute teacher, and then it starts up again. If you need to rest. But I just smile. Here's what's kept me going back. After a real short time, I'm talking maybe 6 or 8 weeks or so, I'm reaching up for the upper kitchen cabinet, and I notice a lump. I mean, a big lump. Almost died. I thought it was a tumor. And then I touched it. It was a muscle. And then I touched the other side, and that was even bigger. And I thought to myself and got chills, I'm all cut up.
You can be born too short. You can be born too tall. You can be too overweight. You can be too thin. You can have skin that doesn't tan. Your skin can be too dark. All of that stuff. None of it makes any difference where life is about the mind, how you train your mind, how you train your eyes, how you bring yourself joy. And all of that is available to all of us at no cost. And it's where the joy is.
And joy is certainly to be found in Nancy Coey's book, Finding Gifts in Everyday Life. In its 5th printing, and a B. Dalton Book of the Week.